Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining today's session. Today's session is going to tell you all about the Deep Tech Ready program. I hope you're all excited as I am for today's program. So, before we begin the program, we're going to play an impact story video of one of the cohort one learners of Deep Tech Ready. You're going to hear their impact story, and this is to encourage you to also apply for the program and also have your life changed as theirs was changed. Reach out to your friends and colleagues to please join the call. We're going to begin at 5:10. Before then, my colleague is going to play one of the impact story videos. Thank you. Kindly drop your name and where you're joining us from. My name is Sarah, and I'm happy to have you on this call. Toby, kindly share the impact story.
Hi everyone, I'm Chinelo from Imo State, a data analysis and visualization student diving into the world of data science. I applied for the TED program to get hands-on experience on data analysis, taking my skills in data visualization, statistical modeling, and data mining to the next level. I loved working on projects that involve analyzing real-world predictive models. Yes, it was challenging but rewarding, especially the real world project approach, which has helped me in building my portfolio while learning. Since enrolling, have gained expertise in tools like Python and SQL, which I've used to drive business growth in my project. This program has given me the confidence to tackle complex data analysis tasks. I would definitely recommend the tech program. The program's curriculum is comprehensive. The instructors are industry experts. Even the support system, they are also excellent, which has made it easier to learn and grow. If you are passionate about data analysis, do not wait. This program will give you the skills and confidence to drive into business decisions with data-driven insight. Take the leap and transform your career. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Damaso Japheth from Badagry, Lagos State. I'm a software engineer and I'm also a web developer. And I'm passionate about building intelligent systems that solve real world problems. What stands out in this program and my experience so far is the real world projects. So I'm not just learning, I'm building my portfolio and the mentorship so far with the community support has really helped me a lot. In my ALC, I was able to build a model which is an eye disease detector, which can detect any eye disease. All of this, I can't do it before, but since I started the training, I was able to know how to train a model to be able to achieve this. Since enrolling, I've gained confidence in implementing AI models and a clearer career path. The program accelerated my transition. I'm now equipped to contribute meaningfully in AI. If you are on the fence about AI, don't wait. Deep Tech give you the skills, network, and confidence to start. Take the leap, it's worth it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Toby. I believe it's time. So before I introduce our speaker for today, I would like to welcome Fatima Musa from Niger State. Thank you for joining us. Olajumoke from Ogbomoso. Thank you. Abaka from Zamfara. Hey, good evening. Usman Abdullahi Musa from Katsina. Thank you. And Bashir from Adamawa. Thank you for joining us. It's good to have you on this call. So, without wasting much time, I'll introduce our speaker for today, Uluwatobi. Uluwatobi, if you can hear me, over to you. Thank you.
All right, great. Thank you very much, Sarah. That was a good one. It's great to be here. Welcome to the Ask Me Anything session for the Deep Tech Ready Upskilling Program Cohort 3. And this is actually in a way to bridge the gap of communication between us so as to understand what the flow is like and also get an overall comprehensive view of where you currently are, where you're coming from, and what is ahead of you. And through all of these things, right, we are going to be, where are we going to? Where are we ending, right? Global certification, right? As you know, Deep Tech Ready is a program in partnership with Google. So, of course, you are going to be globally certified. So how do you then get to this point? And that's why we are coming here today to give you an overview, right? Understanding the journey, get to know what the program is about. That's the program structure. You've been hearing sprints during the course of your assessment and application, long sprints, short sprints. What does this exactly mean? And the means for communicating with you, how to know what you ought to do, how to do it, and when to do it. We're going to be talking about our platform of communication, community support, and of course, every other thing that you need to succeed in this program. That is why we are here today. So if you're just joining, right, we are just starting as well. Just drop your name and where you're coming from. So we are able to get an overview of the persons that we have here and how we are represented. Akinola Sunday from Osun State, Mubarak Popola from Lagos State. It's good to have you here. Abubakar Musa from Zamfara. Just drop your name, we can see you. And of course, as you know, as we go on, if there's any part of the program or communications announcement that we are putting forth today that you don't understand, as you can see, we can see everything that you're dropping. Just do well to drop a chat on whatever questions that you may have. I have my colleague online, that's Tejumola Sonloko, is going to be picking the questions, and we are going to be answering you accordingly. But before we do that, let's just proceed to getting an overview of why we are here today and the thing that has brought us together. Welcome once again to the Deep Tech Ready Upskilling Program Cohort 2 for Cohort 3. Yeah. So, and for us to have a Cohort 3, that means there's been a Cohort 1 and there's been a Cohort 2. And as you see from the videos that we initially played, that's a testimonial from some of our learners sharing their experiences and what it is that they have achieved so far, coming from a place where they have, just basic knowledge to saying that they are now very, very confident and they know how to navigate their way in this space right now. So Deep Tech Ready Upskilling Program is a nationwide training initiative across all states in Nigeria. We are using a blended learning model, right? And again, it is good to see that all of our content are developed by our nationals, right? We have all Nigerian tutors. And from where we are currently, we are going to be moving on to the next phase, which is the onboarding phase, where you're going to be getting all of the materials that you'll be needing to succeed in this program. Then we move on to the learning and specialization phase, and then we go on to the project and mentorship support, right? This might look like a lot of terms for you, and certification, of course, which is clear. You might wonder what exactly does this mean and how do we go about it? And that is why we are here today, in case there is any term, any word, any process, any communication that you have seen so far, and you would like to get clarity on it. And as you can see on the overview here, we have different courses that is being offered here. The short sprint, the long sprint, as we have said earlier, that's the major divisions that we have right now. And just a summary of what it's like. The short sprint is 3 months, the long sprint is 6 months. And by now, if you had been accepted, you would have probably known where you belong. And if not, there's still opportunity for you to apply. And at the end of this session, we're going to be sharing the barcode where you can scan to get the registration link to be able to apply for whichever one that you want. And as you can see, we have computer vision, advanced data analysis principle, data engineering, natural language processing, data science, machine learning, geospatial data science. And as you can see, those are the courses that are available on the long sprint. And the sectioning of the long sprint, where we have the first 4 weeks, right, in the 6 month, of course, is what we call the foundational phase. And in this foundational phase, right, you are going to be welcomed into all of the things that is needed to be able to excel in the next phase, which goes for 3 months, right, which is the specialization phase, where you are able to now specifically choose what you want to do. And for the short sprint and the first 8 weeks, you're going to be going into an overview compressed curriculum, right, to give you introduction, core concept, application, practical walkthrough, certification. And this is going to be covering no code ML with Azure, generative AI, no code ML with Weka. You must have seen it in the course of your registration. So what is different about the deep tech? It is simple, easy to follow learning content. We have a mentorship for global tech experts, and that leads us to what's going to be happening after you finish your specialization phase for the long sprint, and for the short sprint as well, where you finish your learning, where we go to the career development phase to make sure that everything that you have learned is not just for the shelf. You are able to translate this into real world applications by participating in projects, building your portfolio, and setting you up for career success. And through hands-on project, of course, job readiness and career support. And of course, it would interest you to also hear that we have data grants for learning that we support with data grants for the course of your learning. As you know, the part of this learning is virtual. But for us to have a connection with you and to build the sense of community, and to also let you have access to peers as well, right? Meaning that people of like minds in the same course, in different courses, you have to like living around you in your vicinity, right? We have a platform that enables this to happen, right? And we call them learning centers of excellence. Learning centers for excellence, right? These are learning centers in various states of the country, right? Where you can plug in physically in case you need support with something. There's something technical about the course. There's something you need. Somebody you need a touch, a physical touch, to be able to understand this concept very, very clearly, right? You can walk into these hubs, right? So how do you get access to this hub? It's not something you should exactly worry about, right? Because we are going to be doing a direct mapping based on the location that you have provided for us in the course of your application. And in case there is at any point in time you get to choose location, change location, and we have a platform that you can always communicate that with us, and we can do a remapping for you so as to be able to get access to this opportunity. That's just the overview of what this is about. And as I've said, cohort 1, cohort 2, and now we are in cohort 3, and I'm sure you are excited about this. Before I go ahead, as you can hear me, I just want to confirm we are communicating. Just drop the course that you are interested in case you have applied, and in case you have not applied as well, you're just planning to apply, just drop the course you're interested in, the course you want to apply, and why you think you want to apply to that particular specialization. All right. As you can see, this is where you are currently, where we are bringing you to the knowledge of everything that is happening, and the onboarding session, which we are going to be glad to have you on, is going to be happening on Thursday this week, right? So we'll be happy to welcome you to the onboarding session, where you get all of the things and materials that you need to succeed in this program. Then we proceed to the learning and specialization, the project as we have described, and of course, career mentorship. As I've said earlier when I talked about the sprint structure, the long sprint, the short sprint, what does it comprise of, right? And the foundation phase, specialization with 2 to 4, month 2 to 4, month 5, project and mentorship, month 6, career development. And of course, the short sprint, right, which is 3 months, and giving you access to all of the things that you need to learn. This is for people that are, not everybody has the luxury of time to, take a course of that length. That is why we have made provision for this kind of opportunity to walk in, get a very, very good grasp of whatever thing that you're learning in just the space of 3 months. So it comes with a predefined flow, and you get certified after this is done. So no certification is greater than the other, but of course there are different courses. So if you're done with the specialization short sprint, of course, you have opportunity to also reapply to the long sprint to say, okay, I have the baseline. I want to proceed to do so much more. Yeah. So as you can see, week 1 to 4, which is for everyone, what are you going to be learning, and what is special about this piece? Data analysis fundamentals, SQL and data science fundamentals, machine learning and computer vision fundamentals, NLP fundamentals, data engineering, geospatial data science. You are going to be getting a warm welcome. So because you are not exactly specializing in data engineering does not mean that you will not be welcome into this field, because that is the broad scope that make up the thing that we are calling this advancement of technology, right? So you are going to be getting a welcome into all of these things before you now migrate, right, to your specialization track, which has a lot of this that you have seen on the screen. And if you have not done what I asked you to do, why did you apply for your course? Why did you apply for your course? And what are your expectations? Don't forget to also drop your questions in case there's anything that seems very, very confusing. We are going to be picking it up and we're going to be answering it one after the other. So to get communications with us, to be able to know what exactly is going on, there is a very, very important point of contact for everybody, because the goal of this is to be certified in the field, of course. But how then do you get the certification when you have not been able to register properly? And for those that have registered, you are going to be familiar with the 3MTT portal, of course. And that is where you are meant to complete your profile, right? Complete your profile to, recommending 100%, but to a 95% completion is great, right? 95% completion is great, right? To say you are ready, right? And then you're going to be migrated to the deep tech. So you're going to see like a deep tech logo on your portal. These things might seem very, very complicated as it's sounding right now. But of course, when you get to that stage, you know that, oh, this Oluwatobi said this, and that's why I'm saying this. So you have to make sure that this is sorted. Your 3MCT portal, very, very important. So you do not have certification issues in the long run. 3MCT portal is your landing page for your profile completion. Your course assignments is going to be stated there. If the course like showing on your portal is not what you think you want to do, you have to make complaints, because this is as well as your ID card, right? So then we have the Learn with DSM platform. As far as that is your biometrics platform, the 3MTT portal, we have the Learn with DSM platform where you are going to be onboarded. Some have gotten a message from the Learn with DSM platform because, of course, they have been accepted for the program, right? Why some haven't? Because they are still in the pipeline. And those that have not applied, of course, they will not get the mail yet, right? But what does the Learn with DSM, what does it do? Why should you know about Learn with DSM platform? All of your learnings, the short sprints we're talking about, the long sprint we're talking about, the geospatial we're talking about, all of these activities happen on the Learn with DSM platform. This is your classroom, right? Of course, I mentioned that in conjunction with the physical part of the program, which is the ALC, right, where you can walk in. So what is being done in the ALC, right, is revision of what you have learned on your platform, right? Different classes to strengthen your knowledge of what you have learned in class, right? The provision we have given to you is a virtual classroom where you do not have to necessarily go every day to the virtual classroom, of course. And but for the physical touch is where you need the ALC. But the Learn with DSN is the most important when it comes to your learning, because this is where you are tracked and this is what helps you to become migrated. And what do I mean by migrated? Because you saw earlier that we described stuff in phases. It is when you have a good number of completion, good number of assignments, good number of quiz answered, right? Meeting up with the recommended criteria. That is when you can now proceed to say you want to start doing projects. That is when you can proceed to say you want to meet mentors. That is when you say you want to do career development. If this is not in place, this is not going to be sorted. And then we have the Telegram channel, right, which is very, very, very compulsory as well, where we have topic channel where you can talk, get direct contact, right, with our community ambassadors, also with the program managers, right, ask direct question, interfacing with us to be able to say, these are the things I am experiencing for the ALC, for the career development, for the project, for my course, for my learning. This is very, very important. And then we have another platform. So as you can see, you have, three commandments, the 3MTT portal, the Learn with DSN, the Telegram. Just store that somewhere. And then we have the last one, which is what the WhatsApp state and ALC communities. For every state, right? For every state, we have community managers assigned to all the states that where what we have our cluster of deep tech learners there, right? So these community managers, we want them to have a very, very close proximity with you, right? Direct access to you. So what do? They guide you, they help you with resolution of issues, they, take your feedbacks, relate with the necessary or appropriate people, and we get everything solved. So when you get assigned to your ALC community, you join your state-based WhatsApp community, right? You meet and engage with your state community managers, you receive updates, real-time updates, you connect and collaborate with what deep tech members around you. Because of course, you are not just doing this for yourself, you are doing this to get proficiency, to get connect with everything that is happening in the industry. So you are building with a lot of other persons in your room. You might not have access to, more than 5 persons. But when you're in the deep tech community, we have, because of the large cluster of community that we do have, right? And you automatically belong to a family. Now everybody knows you as a deep tech member also. So you don't have to hold up to yourself, be free, because everyone has something to benefit from each other, right? In terms of sharing opportunities, even just connecting on LinkedIn, right? You see your connections, blow up in just few weeks of joining the program, because now you have a new family that have the same mindset, willing to grow. And then, as I've talked earlier about the ALC, right? Talking about the scope implemented across states in Nigeria, the support, learning, live classes, and if you now feel like there is a point in time where of course we have ALCs in the most states in the country, but we cannot have ALCs in every street, right, beside your room. You understand? So if you feel like, oh, this ALC in my state, maybe it doesn't exactly have a close proximity with me, or I'm still very, very much good with my learning online, we have the opportunity, right? And like a sort of hybrid model where you can connect with the ALC. So you identify with an ALC, but maybe because of work, because of other commitments, you cannot go. Whatever it is they are doing on the ALC platform, you can always join with them in their live classes as well. So what is important is the live classes. You understand? You have to make sure that, okay, what we have done this week, we are doing revision. I am present. I am not missing out on all of the things that is going on. And of course, there are going to be a lot of other opportunities that will come where you can, win, prizes, gifts, hackathons, and the likes. And you cannot get peers when nobody knows you. You understand? You cannot participate in competitions with people that don't know you. So it is the community that you have built in the course of your learning that facilitates what you are going to be able to put out when it's time to get a peer. Maybe we need you to put 5 persons in a team to come together. It's these people that help you. So just to give a recap for those that are just joining, because this is one of the most important things that we have to do, or that we need to know as learners, as fellows in the Deep Tech Ready Upskilling Program. The 3MTT portal, that is your biometric platform. You have to complete your profile, right? Because incomplete profile is equal to incomplete certificate. The Learn with DSN is a platform. The link to the platform is going to be shared to you. And as well, I'm using this opportunity to invite you to the onboarding session on Thursday, right? On Thursday, onboarding session on Thursday. The communication will be shared. And as well, on the Telegram channel, we are going to be sharing the link as well to you. So for your application, if you have not applied yet, we are going to be sending a barcode will be displayed at the end of this presentation, of course, where you can where you can, scan and, get into the program. And once you get into the program, get accepted, we are giving you some sort of communication to say, this is the link you need to get to the Learn with DSN. This is the link you need to get to the 3MTT portal, and this is the link to the Telegram platform, right? So don't bother about this. They are not high terminology. We are going to be communicating that in due course. So as well, very soon you're going to be seeing the application form in the chat, right? So just keep watching the chat room. We're going to be sending the application form in the chat room. Okay, so, and I've talked about the communities as well. And navigating the Telegram, so this is how the Telegram channel looks like. Of course, I've talked about it earlier. So just look out for your topic session so that you'll be able to communicate what you want. Of course, we have a general channel where there are different communications amongst peers and different communications amongst peers. And in this, right, you might not be able to say, communicate your issues efficiently. Communicate your issues efficiently, right? And so we have dedicated topic channels, right, where you can send in your messages to say, oh, I need this. What I need to do is peculiar to this course that I'm in. What I need to do is peculiar to my project. What I need to do is peculiar to, a mentorship, right? So that is how it looks like, just to give you a preview of what your expectations should be. All right, so this is going to be communicated, of course, in the onboarding. This is going to be communicated when you're onboarded into the Learn with DSM platform, of course, right? Just to give you an overview, a warm welcome into how your assignment is going to be like. We need you to have a Google Drive, right, where you name Deep Tech Ready Quad 3, and you create a file for all your assignments, because all of these things are going to be important for your references in future, right? Where you want to communicate the things that you have done and how you have done them. And these are going to be necessary, of course, for the submission and your grading. All right, so, and of course, you have to make the link accessible. And of course, naming conventions as well. And yeah, I've talked about the discipline, right? I mean, consistent participation is required, right? Consistent participation is very, very important because we are tracking. We are tracking, right? And of course, I've mentioned data grants. At intermittent times, we are going to be sending you data grant application where you have to where you have to fill, right? And Google Colab as well. Google Colab as well, right, where you're going to be doing all of your coding and all of these things, right? These are the things that are going to be explicitly stated in the body session. So make sure you don't miss it, right? So how do you know that you're ready to start? You can make a screenshot of this page. You can make a screenshot of this page to know you are ready to start. Number one, your profile is updated on the 3MTT portal. Number two, you're logged into the Learn with DSM platform. Number three, you have joined the Telegram channel. And number four, you have created your Deep Tech Ready Google Drive folder. So it's step by step. You are going to first have a communication to say you have been accepted, which is what the next thing that you are going to be expecting. So now let's move on to the main course of today, right? Where we are going to hear from you and answer your questions, right? To be able to get clarity on how to move ahead. But while we do that, you can see on the screen the registration form. Why the registration form, of course, is sent to the platform already, right? That's your the YouTube channel. Where you can drop your questions. You can just look through the chat. You would see the registration form as well. You can pick it up from here while we read out your questions based on what you have asked us, and we are able to answer your questions. So Tejimola, do you have the list of questions, and are you able to read them out now so we are able to sort that before we proceed?
Okay, Toby, thank you for a wonderful presentation. Please let's appreciate Toby for a wonderful presentation. So at the beginning of this session, I did not introduce my other colleagues who are on the call with me. And as Toby mentioned, we're moving on to the question and answer part where you get to ask questions. And I and my colleagues are going to answer any question that you have about the program. So first, I'm going to introduce Shalom. Shalom is on the call. Shalom, thank you for joining. Bededi, thank you for joining. Tejimola too is on the call. Thank you for joining. And we also have a very important guest with us, which is you guys on the call. So appreciate yourself too. And then we also have Pere on the call. We also have Room Care. Thank you for joining. So thank you, and the host of this live session. Thank you for joining, everyone. So the first question we have here says, "I've been selected for the 3MTT program. Is it different from Deep Tech Ready?" So, Toby, I think we can start with you.
Okay, so thank you very
Toby.
much. So as I've said earlier, that of course the deep tech as it stands, right? As it stands, is deep tech. So which means that you must have had a basic knowledge, right, of what you want to do when you want to come in. So of course, except you're going to the short sprint. But when we say you are
Okay, so I think we can continue from where Toby stopped. So someone asked the question if 3MTT is different from um, Deep Tech Ready. So Benedict,
Hi, Sarah. Can you
we
hear
can
me?
continue.
Hi, Sarah. Can
Yes,
you hear
I can
me?
hear you. Yes, I can
Yeah, I
hear you.
want to take that.
Continue from where Toby stopped.
I want to take that question on if deep tech is the same as 3MTT.
Someone asked the question if 3MTT is different from um, Deep Tech Ready. So Benedict,
Hello, can you hear me?
you can continue.
Hi, Sarah. Can
Yes,
you hear
I can
me?
hear you. Yes, I
Yeah,
hear
I
you.
want to take that.
Continue from where Toby stopped.
I want to take that question on if deep tech is the same as 3MTT.
Someone asked the question if 3MTT is different from Deep Tech Ready. Okay, Toby, welcome back. Can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Please, apologies for the technical issues we are currently having. So, Eso Chimoge, and I want to take that question on if 3MTT is the same as deep tech. So, currently there are two programs. So, deep tech is also a program that is running under the 3MTT initiative. There are two programs currently running under 3MTT program. One is the Airtel Next Gen, and then there is deep tech. So for the Airtel Next Gen, those are the program meant for people that are the beginner level. So if you are the beginner level, you are just transitioning into tech for the first time, you are coming in for this first time, then you can join the Next Gen program. There are two programs running under 3MTT right now, Next Gen, Deep Tech. You'll be receiving emails on Next Gen and Deep Tech as well. But so there are the two programs running under the umbrella of 3MTT. So Next Gen and Deep Tech. Next Gen is for those at a beginner level. Deep Tech has two tracks, the short sprint and the long sprint. Long sprint is for those who are not at the beginner level. You have a bit, you have a foundational knowledge, or you're a bit at an intermediate level. You can go for Deep Tech long sprint. Deep Tech short sprint is also a bit beginner level, especially the generative AI track of Deep Tech short sprint. So I hope that answers the question on if 3MTT is the same as Deep Tech. Thank you. Sarah, over to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Malgin. This is our wonderful program coordinator. Please let's appreciate her. Okay, so we move on to our next questions. Please keep the questions coming. So someone asks that they scored 63%, which is less than the 70% requirements. What should they do? So I think I will answer this. So if you look at your assessment form, you will see in the description section that it was stated clearly that this assessment is one attempt and the pass mark for long sprint is 70%, while the pass mark for short sprint is 50%. Now, once you're done with the assessment, you receive an email. I'm sure if you check your inbox, you receive the email and you'll be given two options in the email. One, the first option is either to register for the 3MTT program, as Ms. Chemauge had just described or mentioned. Secondly, is to apply for the Deep Tech Ready Generative AI Short Sprint program. So those are the options that you have. So I hope your question has been answered. And then someone is asking what is learn with DSN? I believe that's the question. So if you want to know more about learn with DSN, you have to join the onboarding session like Toby had mentioned on Thursday by 5 p.m. Don't miss that. So you'll be giving a deep dive. A demo session will be done to show you how to navigate your way through the learn with DSM platform where your learning will be taking place. So what happens to those that just finished cohort 2 and applied for cohort 3? I am asking in regards to their transition into cohort 3. Chimauge, please can you answer this question? What happens to those that just finished cohort 2 and applied for cohort 3? I'm asking in regards to their transition into cohort 3.
Okay, Sarah. So if you were in cohort 2 and you have completed cohort 2 and now you registered for cohort 3, I want to believe for your cohort 3, you registered for a new course under cohort 3. So no problem, you are going to be successfully onboarded to your new course under cohort 3. So I want to understand that this person asking this question has finished cohort 2 and also registered for cohort 3 under a new course. You'll be onboarded to your new course under your cohort 3. But if you are still cohort 2, and you have not completed your learning, you will know that if you are still in your cohort 2, you are still under cohort 2, but you have not completed your classes, you know that please confirm you can still hear me. I had some confirm you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. It just broke for a while. You're back.
Confirm you can hear me, please.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So I hope I've been able to answer that. If you have finished cohort 2 and register for cohort 3 under a new course, you'll be onboarded into your new course on the yes, learn with us, right? But you have not completed your cohort 2, the platform is open for you to please complete your learning. I hope that answers the question. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Chinogi. So, just to remind us, for those accepted into the program, you're going to receive an email tomorrow, which will give you a step-by-step guide on how to activate your 3MTT portal and also your Learn with DSM platform. So don't worry about that. From tomorrow, just be on the lookout. You will receive that. So this question is to Toby. Please, when I want to fill my details on 3MTT, it was asking for my URL link. It was asking for the URL link to my CV. I believe that's what the person wants to see. Please, I don't understand this requirement. Toby, did you get the question?
Yeah, I do. So it's asking for the URL to your link, to your CV.
Yes.
It's actually you're meant to upload your CV, right? So, but if you are being asked to, send a URL, right? You can of course send a URL by uploading the CV to a Google Drive, then copy the link, make sure it is viewable, then upload it to complete your registration. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Toby. So I can see some of us asking questions about our certificates and our dashboard. Um, not showing where to download our certificates. Okay, so before we continue, I'd like to say that if you are a fellow in 3MTT, if you're currently a fellow in 3MTT, that means you're not done with your learning on 3MTT, you have not been certified. Once you apply for Deep Tech Ready, right, your dashboard will not be changed to Deep Tech Ready until you are certified on 3MTT first before your dashboard will be changed to Deep Tech Ready. So for those of us experiencing some of these issues, that is part of the reason. So I hope you understand. So you have to be certified first on 3MTT before your dashboard will be activated to Deep Tech Ready. So, but for other questions about certification, we're working on it, and hopefully before the end of this week, it will be resolved. Thank you for your
Okay, so
patience.
Sarah, let me provide more context to that. So please, if you're a current 3MTT fellow under the 3MTT cohort 3 program, or even cohort 2 that just finished, and you have not completed your current 3MTT program, and you want to go to Deep Tech, now, why you have registered with Deep Tech, for you to assess other things. For example, your mentorship, your certification, which is done strictly via 3MTT portal. Please try and complete your outstanding program within the 3MTT, right? So that we'll be able to activate your dashboard to Deep Tech. So this is like a prerequisite for you. Remember that Deep Tech, because it is designed to be that way, because Deep Tech is running on the assumption that you already have a level, you're not a beginner. So if you're a current 3MTT fellow, currently completing your 3MTT cohort, please complete your cohort and then you get back to us and we can activate your Deep Tech dashboard so that you'll be able to see how to download your certificates and even how to be matched to a mentor for those that want to go through the mentorship phase. I hope that also provides more clarification to that question.
Yes, it does. Thank you. So I think we have one more question before we go. I think this learner is trying to ask that if they are working or if they get a job before this program begins, will they be able to continue their learning? Toby, I think I answered this question, please.
Yeah, so if you get a job before the program begins, would you be able to continue the learning? So as we have described earlier, so this program is a self-paced program, which means that we don't have a general time where everybody has to sit down to learn, right? You can choose any time that is convenient for you within the context of our window, which is what the timeline that we have given. As we have described earlier, describing the 4 weeks, the 8 weeks, and the likes, right? Within that window, you have to complete it. So even as you are applying, we don't even mind if you are applying with someone that has a job and wants to upskill. So it is not a problem at all, right? But you just have to complete within the timeline that has been given. Whether however way you want to do it, whether you want to do it at night, you want to do it in the morning. So the physical part, which is the ALC as well, where you can go for support, where probably you need laptop to work with, you need internet, the likes like that, right? That is why that is available. But it is totally a self-paced program, which you can do at your own pace and time within the context of our timeline, of course, so as to create a structure around it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Toby. So I think we ask two more questions before we end this session. So Tejumola, this question is to you. The person asks, is there going to be a physical event in every state? But I think the question the person is trying to ask is that, do we have learning hubs in every state? Toby, I don't know if you can hear me. I'm sorry, Tejumola, I don't know if you can hear me.
Okay, let me just pick that up since Teju is not speaking yet, right? So activation of learning hubs in different states, right? It's a factor of the number of learners that we do have in that state, right? When we have, a cluster of learners in a particular state, they are doing very well, right? So for all the states that we do have like a very good number of learners, like we have partnership with ALCs, that's like physical learning centers in those states. Currently, we do not have in all 36 states of Nigeria, but over 70% we do have learning centers in those places, right? So once you come in, you get your details, then you are mapped, right? And in the case where probably proximity and distance, like I have said earlier, you can always even connect with the live classes of such learning centers. And if that helps to clarify what you're asking.
Okay, Toby, thank you for the response. So we have physical learning centers. I think it's only 3 states, 2 or 3 states where we don't have a physical learning center. Every other state have physical learning center. Some states have 2, most states have just 1. And it's possible that the physical learning center in your state might not be close to you. So the learning centers conduct hybrid engagement, which means you can join physically by going to the hub, or you join the classes virtually. But classes happen every weekend at the hub in your state, which is where we are going to map you based on the address that you have provided to us. Now, for those states that don't have any ALC or learning center in their states, we're still going to map you, but we're going to map you to another learning center for a full virtual engagement because there is no learning center in your state, right? We are definitely going to map you, but you'll be mapped for a full learning engagement, a full virtual learning engagement with the hub where we map you. What this means is that you still get to learn with those hubs, but you have to be joining them virtually. I hope that answers the question, and thank you. Sarah, over.
Okay, yes, thank you very much. So I believe this has covered every question that we have to ask. Every other question around certification, about mentorship, please reach out to admin on Telegram. It will be sorted. We are noting all your questions. Thank you very much. So, any final words before we drop from this call? We're also going to drop the link to register on
Sorry, there is
in the
one more
chat.
question I'm seeing here, which is very important. Sarah, can you hear me? And this person says, I was seeing deep tech on my dashboard before, and I have finished the course, but it has now changed to next gen. So I don't know if this person, you have been able to download your certificate, but if you have not, please reach out to us so that this can be resolved, right? if you're now seeing Next Gen and not Deep Tech, and you have not completely finished Deep Tech, completion of Deep Tech is that you are certified, right? You have been able to download your certificate, because the way your dashboard is now, you will not be able to download the Deep Tech certificate. So you need to reach out to us so that we can correct this, right? And we switch back your dashboard to Deep Tech, except you have completely done with Deep Tech, have your certificate, and want to do the Next Gen program, okay? Then you can leave your dashboard the way it is. Please, my dashboard is not Deep Tech activated. I have finished my 3MTT. Please, what do I do? I think if this person can confirm, if you just registered for cohort 3, don't worry, we're in the process of activating people's dashboard to Deep Tech. So with due course, your dashboard will be activated to Deep Tech. But if you are cohort 2, I mean, you are Deep Tech cohort 2, but your dashboard is still not activated, please do reach out to us via our Telegram group. Can you reach out on the Telegram so that we can solve this? Career mentorship is activated on my 3MTT dashboard, but I've not been matched to a mentor. Okay, we are also starting the second phase of the mentorship program. So look out for matching you to a mentor. All these activities are currently ongoing, and they are batched. They happen in phases, but everybody who is up to the program to activate all these benefits, you are definitely going to be activated and matched to a mentor, but just it happens in batches. So once you are mapped, of course, we'll reach out to you to let you know that you are mapped to a mentor. I think that is all. I didn't get an email after my assessment. We are also sending out emails. So expect that. It's either you are getting an acceptance email from us or you are getting a rejection email, but you will definitely get the email. So thank you. I think this is the last question I'm seeing here. And over to you, Sarah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Chimoge. Thank you, everyone on this call. Thank you for joining us.
Sarah, I'm not sure, but I think Perry has its ends up. Like,
Okay, Perry, you can say something before we end the call.
Hello, thank you very much. Please, even if you get a rejection email, all right, and you still want to be in the program, there's a place where you can apply for generative AI and you also join. So in case you do your assessment and you are not successful, you are rejected, it doesn't mean you are totally out of the program. You are recommended to apply for generative AI, which is like a 3-month short sprint program, after which, if you complete that program, automatically you can join any of the other deep tech programs. Thank you.
Okay, Perry, thank you very much for that. So, any final word before we drop off the call? Toby?
yeah, I mean, just to send my invitation again to for the onboarding, right, on Thursday. I mean, and say congratulations to everyone that's made it to the cohort 3. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Thank you
thank you
for
very
having us.
much. Thank you, everyone, for joining this call. And like Mr. Perez said, once you get the rejection email, please, you can also apply for the Gen AI short sprint course. So we hope to see every one of you and even more on Thursday for the onboarding session. So thank you everyone for joining. The Baki Lafia, and see you on Thursday. Bye. Bye, everyone.